Donald Trump slamming Biden's economic record in Michigan. He's promising voters in the key swing state that he's going to turn things around from Biden's failed policies that are hurting their wallet.
Low IQ Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate will totally obliterate the U.S. auto industry, and it won't take long. We stand on the shoulders of red-blooded Michigan patriots who laid the railroads, worked the factories, tilled the fields, forged the steel. We're going to bring back your auto industry at a level greater than it was 30 years ago.
Sunday Morning Futures anchor Maria Bartiromo joins us now. It was a fiery speech, Maria. I think he also name-checked the auto union boss, saying he's not standing with the workers, he's standing with Joe Biden, and that's not helping the industry.
Yeah, good morning to you, Rach, and happy Father's Day to everyone. I've got my father's army tags on to remember my sweet, wonderful, courageous Vincent, my dad. In any event, you're right, it was an aggressive speech, and he went to Michigan to pinpoint the auto industry. But, you know, it's not just about the auto industry. On the auto industry, Michigan was Motor City at one time. It was the place for the auto industry. There were jobs, there was euphoria, there was strength around building big cars and trucks for America. It's no longer seen that way because this administration's EV push has the unions believing that there will need fewer and fewer jobs to make an electric vehicle with all of the parts coming from China. So there's been a real change and a pivot. Suddenly, Michigan becomes a swing state. Suddenly, black voters become swing voters. I'll tell you, Rach, I think the Democrats are really nervous, panicked beyond desperate. Because what is President Trump doing? He's going in all of these blue cities and states, and he's getting crowds, he's getting support, and suddenly everyone's questioning, well, wait a minute, maybe the Biden administration is saying I shouldn't go to the swing states. I need to go to states that have long been Democrat states because they may be turning into swing states. That's what we're seeing this morning. We've got less than 2 weeks before the big debate. The election is all that anyone's talking about, and most people understand Trump is winning right now. And so that's what we're focused on this morning. We're gonna talk about that with Dr. Ben Carson, what he's seeing in the black community. He stood tall when President Trump was arrested and convicted. He said, I am proud to stand tall with my friend Donald Trump because he said that the whole trial was a sham. We're going to talk about that. We're also talking with Kellyanne Conway about the race. But we're leading the show with the Republicans fighting back, fighting Biden's agenda and fighting Biden's weaponized government. We've got senators on the Republican Party right now who are saying we're not going to fast track any more Biden nominees until after the election. Why? Because of the lawfare against President Trump. We'll speak with Senator Cruz on that, as well as Senator Schmidt. We're also talking with, from the House, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, because she's questioning whether or not Joe Biden even makes it to the election. He may be pushed to withdraw, and all of this is on the world stage, watching the capacity issues of Joe Biden. That's a national security issue. Victoria Coates taking that on, coming up in about 10 minutes' time. We've got a big show, Rach.
You sure do. We'll be tuning in for that, Maria. Thanks for joining us this morning, always.
Thank you.
You got it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.